Yo, what's up? My name is Mesto, and welcome to the Slam Studio Challenge. You might know me from tracks with Martin Garrix like We, or together with Chesto, Coming Home. I think it's gonna be a challenge for me to make a track in 1 hour, but I hope I can get as far as I can. If you want to check out the previous episode, make sure to go to the link in the description. Let's do it.
1 hour, one track, Slam Studio Challenge.
Okay, so what I almost always do when I start a track is start with making chords. Sometimes I start with making a drop, but it depends in what mood I am. But today I think we're gonna start with making some chords. And I recently found out about a really cool piano plugin, or like a plugin which also has a piano in it. It's called Labs, really realistic piano. And let's check it out. I'm gonna put it on my mixer, and then I have a preset for it, which makes it sound a little bit more compressed. It's called Piano Labs. It's loading. So yeah, what it is a compressor and a bit of EQing and like a exciter from waves, but it's not switched on. I only switched that one on when I wanted to have more color or something. So yeah, let's start with making some chords. And this is just like a creative process for me. It's just doing something. Just doing something. And yeah, what I do is I make a top melody and the bass notes, and then I fill it up later with like chords. So now we have the first part of the melody. I might change it up later, but so yeah, for me it's like I just want to get down the melody as quick as possible so I can work through it. I like that one more. Okay, so now we have a really simple melody and just some bass notes. Let's fill it up with some notes between the space we have right now. Alright. So like in every type of melody you can add two notes which play like the whole melody long and which stay in key, and I think I'm not like a really musical, like I can't read notes, but I can hear which notes those are, so I think it's like this one. Dun, dun, dun. So you can play the G5 and C5 the whole song. And even like those two notes overlap each other, but it still sounds. I call this the Coldplay chord, because Coldplay does this a lot. Alright, so now we have like the chords. Might change it up later. I think the piano could use some reverb, which you can add in here. Just not too much, just a little bit. And maybe we can add some color with this plugin. It adds a lot of high frequency, so I might cut a bit of it. Alright, and what I do then is I copy the chords and throw it into, like, for example, a silent. I have my patch, like I use, like, when I open a project, it immediately loads a few plugins which I use a lot. So we have silent, massive, and we have like a snare and a clap and a kick, so just so you can start quickly and make your idea as soon as possible, which is ideal for this challenge. So what happens if I throw it in the silent? This is just in a preset. I can start from the beginning. Now we just have an in a preset, which is just like a saw basically. And what I like to do is I like to put it on 8 voices and switch off the re-trigger, and then do a low pass on it on the cutoff. Then you get like this really warm chords. Oh, and we have to add some polyphony. And what you can do, you can put like on the mod envelope 1, you can put like cutoff A and B, just to make sure when you use part B, but now we're only using part A, which gives a cool effect, like more plucky. So let's start with putting the piano in a project. Maybe we can lower it 1 octave in the second part. I'm not sure if it will sound nice, but let's check it out. It will not. But what we can do is, let me check how this sounds. Yeah, like this more. then I think we can start with the chords we just put in the silent second part. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, so this sounds quite cool, but a little bit empty, so we might get like arpeggio thing, or let's see if I have some cool plugins for that. Oh, maybe this one is cool. Just a really simple plugin from DVS guitar. It's electric. Might get some effects on it, maybe some Valhalla room. And we can play those two notes where I was talking about, like a da-da-da-da. It's a bit loud right now, we might put it. Maybe it's cool. Okay, that's quite cool. Maybe we can add a top melody on top of it. That's what I do a lot, and maybe we could use that in the drop as well. Let's see. We can make a little plug in silent, just like a sine plug. So I'm on the Herman Brood Academy in Holland. It's a school, and we learn a lot about making music. And yeah, right now we have to make our tracks like from scratch, so no preset allowed. And so I try to make my own sounds from scratch, which is really helpful because you know what you're doing. I'm not really good at it yet, but I try. So now we have like a little plug in silent, which sounds very basic. And what a really cool plugin is, which I use a lot, is RC20. Yeah, you have like a few cool features in here, yeah, which can really lift up your sound. So, for example, you have the wobble. I don't know if you can hear it, right? But distortion is really cool. Maybe some crushing, bit of reverb. It's just a really simple plugin where you can like do everything in one, and it sounds amazing. And let's check out if we can EQ it a bit. Boost a bit of the high frequencies. Put it just a bit louder. Oh wait, this is the guitar. Alright, that's a bit too loud. I'm not sure if I like the plug. Yeah, maybe make it a bit longer. Maybe we can do something like this. out if we can add some cool things. Yeah, I think it's quite cool. The piano is a bit soft, so we might get it. And we can change the melody a bit in the second part. Something like that. Yeah, maybe we can do some cool stuff with silent thingy. Maybe we can arpit. I don't know if it's cool. Oh yeah, I think it's not possible because we have the notes, the swingy notes. We can do it the other way around. Because then we can make it a bit more up tempo. Just slice the notes in two. Yeah. Let's check it out. I'm like cutting up each note because I think it will be a bit more up tempo, because like when you play like the chords like they are right now, it's cool for the beginning, but yeah, like at some point you wanna get the energy in the track, and when you like play them like this, I think at some point the energy will get up. I'm not sure how it sounds, but I think it could be cool. Yeah, something like that, and I'll do this with every note. I'm not the best genius in shortcuts and stuff, so I do everything with my hand. I should do it like with, I don't know. This is taking always so long, but I haven't learned how to do this properly. now we chopped up each note, which took way too long, but I think it sounds cool. Maybe we can add some claps as well at some point. I have my sample library just at the left from tracks I did before, so yeah, those samples I'm familiar with, which works pretty quickly. Let me check. This is a cool clap, or we can use maybe this one. A bit softer. The clap should start at this point, because what's in front is just building up, and then we can do some fun stuff with the claps and maybe some other sounds. I'm not sure about the melody though, but I just want to continue because we have to hurry a bit. So I might change it a bit later. Maybe we can add like a whistle sound for this at the clap part. What I use is I have like a whistler plugin, but I also have like one is silent, but I think the whistler works pretty good in here. So let's save this one, slam, before it's, slam 2, before it stops working. The plugin is a bit glitchy. Alright, the whistler, where is it? There we go. We can just copy and paste the melody into the whistler sound. It's a bit low right now. We can upper it 1 octave or maybe 2. I don't know what sounds nice. I think 2. And we sure need to add some reverb on those whistles. What I like the most is Valhalla, or just like a fruity reverb. But Valhalla has a really nice effect. And to make like the flute a bit more realistic, we can glide over it into the notes, which is this feature. Which makes it pretty much more realistic. Let's see how it sounds. Maybe we can... Let's see how this sounds. Yeah, it sounds quite cool, maybe a bit less. Let's see how it sounds. I think it's cool to add like a different piano to the second part, which is more aggressive. And I have one in Contact, which is a really cool plugin, sample based. And I'm just gonna put it on the hard, like hitting. This piano is way more aggressive than the first one, and it would be cool to follow the melody with the chords. Let me check if I can do that. Alright. Paste this one in here. And the melodies is almost going pretty the same, but maybe we can make it a bit more stuttery to build up the energy. Everything to build up the energy. I always try to start with small things and build it up with like bigger things and make it more swingy and stuff. I think this will work pretty nice. Just like see how that sounds. Okay, that's in a good direction. We can add like a bass layer for this. Let's make one in silent. What I use for bass is the most is like my drop bass I make it massive, but in my breaks I use like pulses and add a low pass on it, which is like a really warm bass because it has like a lot of frequencies. Alright, I selected the bass notes. Now I can put it in here. I'm not sure if we have to keep the plug in here. And we have 30 minutes left. Okay, I need to hurry. Yeah, maybe we can use a cool plug, a different plug in the second part. Like Synmaster is really cool as well. That's what I'm using right now. It has a lot of cool preset. Oh wait, this is the wrong MIDI. Let me take the right one. Yeah, Synmaster has really cool sounds in it. You just have to search well for them. This is too high, I think. Okay, so this is the first preset. We're not gonna use that one. Let's search for a cool plug or something. I see here the plug function. Yeah, let's just listen to cool sounds. It's quite cool. But it's not the sound I'm looking for yet. It might be cool for a layer. Maybe we could, if I had more time I would do some vocal chops or something, but and let's make these notes a bit shorter. What might be cool is to glide over the bass at the end of the melody, like yeah. And then we can switch the glide on, which might be cool. Yeah. so I think the break could be a lot better, but let's focus on the build up and drop right now because we have 28 minutes left. I just found out about I think every producer knows Splice. I love Splice, I use it a lot. I just found out about this new kick. Used it in a few new tracks of mine. It punches hard, I like it. Maybe we can use it for this one as well. Yeah, I just put the kick already here because the drop is gonna be at this point. We can put the snares already in place for the build up. It's just a basic snare and we can pitch it up, do that stuff. We might layer it later, but just like for me it's important to have like the idea in the project. So let's see how we're gonna do this. This is a regular build up. And we can use the same bass, but let's keep it on one note because then you know, like, okay, the build up is coming. We're working through the drop, and we can pitch it up later in the plugin itself. Oh, what might be cool is to keep it like this and then at the real bass notes at the second part, and then the last part we can pitch it up, I think. Okay, let's do this. Delete these notes and pitch up this one. Put the band range on like 12 because we want to pitch it up. We're gonna automate this feature, which is basically just the pitch of the sound. That doesn't sound cool. This is just like trying stuff, and then you find out it's not nice. We might change it. Maybe we can reloop this one. I don't know what's cool for this. That's quite cool. And yeah, then now I'm thinking for an ID for the drop. What inspires me a lot to like build up a track is I go to Splice and I search for cool vocals which I can edit. So I have my Splice back here. I don't know if I have some cool vocals. Let's see.
Watch out! Watch out!
All right, let's just use the most shitty vocal. No, it's quite cool, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna vocode this one. It's a feature you can do in Vocodex.
Watch out!
Okay, right now it sounds shitty, but what we can do is we can put this on a mixer track, and then we open up a new silent. This is what I do a lot. I vocode vocals to make it more like unique and sounding like yourself. So we have like in a preset right now. We put that on the mixer next to it. So here we have the vocal and here we have the silent. Then on the one next to those two, we put a vocoder. It's a cool trick. I learned this one from Brooks. He's a genius in Fruity Loops, so I learned like the vocoder thing. And then you have to switch on the left-right encoding. This is the important part because you're gonna link those two to this channel. So you're gonna stand on this channel, which is the vocal, and then you click on route to this track only, which is the one with the vocodex, and you do the same with the silent. Right now those are linked. The last thing you need to do is put your the two channels you link them to, you have to put one on the left and one on the right, so it's gonna bend into each other. And in this way you can play chords in the vocal, which is quite cool. I'm not sure which key it is in. So if we put one note here,
Watch out!
now we have like a vocoding vocal, which is quite cool. Maybe it's cool to use like a low.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
It can be quite cool.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
You can do this with any vocal. So this vocal might not be the best one, but let's just do it for the idea.
Watch out! 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 Watch out!
So something like that before the drop. So now we have, let's listen to what we have right now. It sounds quite cool. I think it can be cooler. We can do some tricks with it. Like the lead, like the plucky lead here, like it begins like quite randomly. It's like, whoa, what's happening? So we can introduce it by exporting one note of this one, put a lot of reverb on it. So we have this note. And if we put a lot of reverb just temporary on the master, we're gonna take this one off after. But we're gonna export this note. Let's do it. Just to like the slam reverse. That's what I call it. Export it really quickly. And now it stopped working. Amazing. I'm gonna reload the project. Nice. So this is what happens when you use FL Studio on Bootcamp Windows. Don't do it. Luckily we saved it. Alright, we have the project here. Yeah, my render does weird sometimes. I can use a different reverse I did once. It can be any sound. Let me check. We have like, I don't know what it is. I just export a lot of random stuff. This is just like trumpet or something. If we reverse it, you can introduce it. Oh yeah, let's get the reverb off. And let's get it into the note it is in. Okay. One thing I want to do before I'll start a drop is change the intro piano a bit. I think it's too messy right now. I want to keep it really simple in the beginning. Like delete the in between notes. Maybe it's cool to operate one octave though. Let's check it out how that sounds. And what I do a lot when I want a piano to sound more realistic is I select every note and I click on the strum feature, which places every note on a different different spot. Because when you play piano in real life, you're never gonna hit every note at the same time. So you can do it a bit less or more. This sounds quite cool. EQ it a bit. Oh wait, we're not in a good one. Check it out. Okay, so now we have a break, which is quite cool. Could be better, but we have to start with the drop. But I hope you guys just see how I work, and let's start with the drop. Okay, so now we can choose to use the melody of the break in the drop as well, or make a whole different drop. I think the melody in the break is a bit repetitive, so we might actually make like a whole different drop. And I don't know if like a banging drop will fit to this, like a festival kind of drop, or like a melodic drop, but we'll see. So we have a kick here, which is really basic and loud and punchy. I'm just gonna EQ this one a bit. Alright. We can check it out. I have like the patch I had in the beginning is also massive, and this is the bass I use. We might tweak this a little bit. Let's check it out. Anyway, this is the key of the track. Oh, wait. So this is the key. We can do some fun stuff with the bass. Let's check it out how it sounds. Let's put some let's put some sidechain on it. Sometimes I use gross beat, or sometimes I use kickstart. It just depends. Right. We can do some cool stuff with this. Let's check it out. Something like that for the bass. We can add my claps. we can tweak a little bit on the bass, which is a preset I made from another preset, which evolves every time. We just changed it a bit.
One track.
I like it more as a sub. We can make like a cool top melody on top of it. Let's see what we're gonna do with that. So, what I use a lot for my drops is Synthmaster. I have like a bunch of cool presets. We can use, let me see. This is a cool sound, or let me check the Coming Home lead. Let's see if we can make a cool top melody on top of it. Top. Thanks. Okay, so we have 10 minutes left. Let's check it out. Let's sidechain this one. I have like I've made a preset for my mixer track for this preset as well. I just make like a lot of presets for everything, so you can work really fast. Let's check it out. It's called Coming Home. Just a bit of. What I added on this is a sound goodizer, just a little bit, and a little bit of chorus, and a little bit of EQing to cut the low frequencies, and of course a sidechain. Let's check it out. And what I do a lot is to automate the main lead, and I do that just with the mixer volume. I like to make my tracks like a little bit stuttery. I think you can hear that in my tracks. And we can do cool stuff with reverse things, but we only have 8 minutes left, so let's check it out. And maybe we can do a bit like a action reaction theme. Make like a plug or something. Okay, this doesn't sound cool at all yet, but we're gonna change it. First thing is automate the pitch, something like that. Something like that. The sound is not cool yet. So what I do when I have a sound like this, I put distortion on it or something like that. Let's check it out.
shot. One shot.
Okay, this isn't cool. Let's check out if we have some cool reverse stuff. We have 5 minutes. Alright. I don't know what this is. It's just a different thing. Maybe this one. Nope. We might just use this again. Okay, what I'm doing right now is automating the volume to make it more stuttery. And what I do a lot is add like a little kick to remain like to keep the attack in it. Put a little bit softer. And what a cool thing is to automate the reverse sound and put it on wave, so you can make like a cool effect on this. Like, it's pretty cool. I only have 3 minutes, but yeah, let's see how far we can get in 3 minutes. Something like that, and let's check it out. Maybe make the stutteries a little bit less, but this is just for the idea, and we can add a cool cashmere clap or something. I use this one a lot. something like that. I don't know if it fits, but yeah. I think we should have done. Oh shit. Yo, so the time is up, and I did my best. Let's listen to the whole track, and let's see how far we got.
One shot.
Alright, so that's what we got. So this was my Slam Studio Challenge. I hope you guys had fun watching it. I had a lot of fun doing it. 1 hour is short. I think I could have done it a bit better, but it was fun anyways. Let Slam know which producers you want to see next in the next season, and make sure to check out all the other producers who attempted the Slam Studio Challenge. Make sure to follow Slam on Instagram and make sure to subscribe to this channel. Peace.